Hello, my name is Amit Chaugule, and today we are going to talk about Wi-Fi hacking and security tips. Today we'll be discussing about what are the few definitions, security protocols, what is WPA handshake, type of attack, aircrack NG, and the devices that I'll be using for the demo and security definitions. What is Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi means wireless fidelity. It is a generic term that refers to the communication standard for wireless network which works on local area network to operate without using cables. The communication standard is IEEE 802.11, allows digital devices to exchange data by radio waves. What is Wi-Fi hacking? Cracking is the process of exploiting security weaknesses in wireless networks and gaining unauthorized access. What are security protocols? So there are four security protocols: WEP, TKIP, WPA, and WPA2. So WEP wired equivalent privacy is a security algorithm introduced to provide data confidentiality for wireless networks. What is TKIP? TKIP is Temporal Key Integrity Protocol. It is an encryption protocol included as a part of IEEE 802.11i standard for wireless LANs. It was designed to provide more secure encryption than the notoriously weak wired equivalent privacy, the original WLAN security protocol. WPA Wi-Fi Protected Access is a security protocol which is used in securing wireless networks and designed to replace the WEP protocol. WPA uses TKIP protocol. What is WPA2? Wi-Fi Protected Access WPA is a security protocol which is used to secure wireless networks and designed to replace WEP. WPA2 is capable of using TKIP or the more advanced AES algorithm. So let's talk about the WPA handshake. First thing that happens is the access point sends a EA poll message with a nonce random number to the device to generate PTK. Don't forget client device knows AP's access points MAC because it's connected to it. It has PMK, SNonce and its own MAC address. Once it receives a nonce from the access point, it has all the inputs to create the PTK. PTK is equal to PRF and the formula goes on. MAC address is a source address or MAC address of the access point who is sending the first EFL message to the device. What happens in message 2? Once the device has created its PTK, it sends out SNonce which is needed by the access point to generate PTK as well. The device sends EAPOL to access point message 2 with MIC, message integrity check, to make sure when the access point can verify whether this message corrupted or modified. Message 3. EAPOL message 3 is sent from access point to client device containing GTK. AP access point creates GTK without the involvement of client from GMK. Fourth and the last, ePOL message will be sent from the client to the AP just to confirm that the keys have been installed. Most of the part will be clear to us during the demonstration part. So there are basically two types of attacks that we can perform. One is brute force attack. Brute force attack, what do we mean is we try all the possible combinations which are mostly in large quantities, crack the key, crack the password. But in dictionary, among the that we have created for the brute force, we select a few keywords that we think might be the possible answers. And this you can obtain through social engineering. Aircrack NG is complete suite of tools to assess Wi-Fi and network security. It focuses on different areas of Wi-Fi security: monitoring, attacking, testing, cracking. Latest version 1.6. All tools are command line, which allows for heavy scripting. So these are few tools that we are going to use: Airmon, Aerodump, Airplay, and Wireshark, most important. So the devices that we are going to use is the mobile phone, and the AC Amit is the network's name, and the MAC address has been noted over here. And also I'm using WN725N Wi-Fi adapter. See, for this demonstration you need a Wi-Fi adapter which has packet injection and monitor mode present in it. By default, Kali Linux will not have the drivers which helps us utilize the packet injection and monitor mode. So we have to update our Kali Linux, get this working. Few tips that I would like to share is, first of all, avoid using the default password. Passwords like admin123 are very easy to crack. We tend not to change the original password which was set with the router. Don't let your wireless device announce its presence. You have to change your device name, and whenever you are not using it, you have to get it disconnected. Encrypt your data. In your connection setting, make sure you enable encryption. If your device supports WPA encryption, use that. If not, try to use WAP. Protect against malware and internet attacks. Make sure you install the rigorous anti-malware product on all of your computers and other devices in order to keep your anti-malware protection up to date. Select the automatic update option within the product. Let's move on to the demonstration part. Now we are at Kali Linux. So before that, I have connected my wireless adapter, but in order for Kali Linux to identify it, just go to devices, go to USB, and you see Realtek 802.11 and NIC. So just select this so that your adapter gets identified over here. How do we check whether it's working or not? So just open the terminal and then let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, so now our adapter is visible over here and the interface name we have is WLAN 0. So our first task will be to set this in monitor mode. By default it's not in monitor mode. So the command is sudo airmon-ng start WLAN 0. Okay, you can see over here monitor mode is enabled. Now the next thing will be we have to find all the access points that are active. What we have to use is sudo arrow dump minus ng WLAN 0. Okay, so as you can see we have the ESSID AC Amit, as we discussed in the slides, that AC Amit network that we are going to use. The channel number is 11 and the BSS ID is this. Now we are able to see like few more access points are discovered, but this Siley is probably my neighbor, so we don't want to disturb them. It's illegal to use this method. So what we'll be doing is we will make a note of the MAC address or BSS ID, and we will make a note of the channel number also. Now to exit this mode, just click on Ctrl C. Now what we want to do is list all the devices that are present on it. So the command is we'll wait for some time. Now if you go back to the PPT, you will see that the MAC address that is present over there, 8AB033, we have to look for that, whether it is present in the network. Okay, so 8AB0330490AC, it's present. Okay, now what we will do is open another terminal. We have to first write a code that will capture all the activities and save it inside a file. So the command that we will be using is arrow-dump minus -ng -w for write, hack1 to write in that folder, then -c, then 11, which is the channel, C is for channel, and then BSS ID. Since there are a lot of files that are going to be generated, so what we will do is we'll move into a folder and there we will try to run the command. Okay, okay, so all the activities that are happening will show up here. What we want to do is send a deauth command so that the device gets deauthenticated and it tries to reconnect and we capture that handshake. So we will use this command. Oops. Okay, it's working now. On my mobile phone, I'll try to reconnect and the handshake should be captured. Okay, you can see here the WPA handshake is being captured. So you can see all the activities that are happening are present over here. So what I'll do is I'll just end this since we have all the information and we have captured the handshake also. So let's exit this. We have to run a command to check the handshake. Okay. Once Wireshark is open, just type here EA port. Okay, you will see access point to destination. There is one message going, and then we have device to access point message going on over here in message. Sorry, the screen is too small. So what I will do is just click on the message to from our device to the destination TP link, that is AC Amit, and then you will see the key over here. We are basically trying to use the dictionary attack and trying to decode this part. Okay, so let's quickly close this. So now that we have the capture ready with us, first we need to have the dictionary set up. Okay, so what I have done is inside USR share word list there is a file demo text. I'll show you what that contains. See, I have prepared a small list over here just for the demonstration purpose so that we don't end up wasting time checking all the millions of keywords. And I have set my password for AC Amit as admin123, the easiest one to crack and which is present in the dictionary also. So let's start. Okay, so it did not work because I have set the password as admin123. But if you go inside this demo text, you will see that there is no keyword as admin123 over here. So this is one thing that you need to take care of. Like you have to use all the possible combinations that you might think that person might keep as a password. So let's edit this file and add admin123 to it. Now see, the best part of this technique is you don't have to send a request again and again to the router or to the access point to guess the key. You just capture the handshake and use proper machine, powerful machine, and you can try to crack the code. So let's try it again, once again. Okay, so you will see the message as key found admin123. Okay, so there is by default another list that is present, another security tip that I would like to give you. So okay, so this rocku.txt, this is another file which you can download from GitHub or anywhere from the internet. These has list of millions of passwords that people have kept. So as you can see, the password I love you 12345 12345. So all this kind of passwords, all the basic passwords are present over here. So you can run it on whichever system you feel like cracking. Okay, and you one question that might pop up in your mind is like it has millions of records and who will spend so much time in this. So if my target is a billionaire and I want to capture confidential data from him, like I will capture the handshake and I won't mind keeping the system active for 1 year. So another security tip that I would like to give is, if assume you are keeping the password for 1 year, by the time the attacker reaches the ninth month, what if you change the password frequently? So all his efforts will go in vain. Like there are chances that his efforts will go in vain for the brute force or the dictionary attack. The security tip that I would like to give is keep changing your password frequently. That's the best protection that you can give, and keep it as complex as possible. Use special characters. Thank you.